Hello and good evening. As you join me here, I'm in one of the parks. It's South Shields. I think it's the South Park. I think it's South Park and North Park or something like that. Anyway, I've just found this weird looking statue. You might be able to see it behind us here. I'm not sure what it is, but it's a bit of a monstrosity to say the least. I'm going to show you a closer look at it in a minute, where it appears to have like a human face coming out the inside of the mouth of whatever it is. Looks like a bit of a dragon type creature, but I'm not sure. But it's definitely weird looking, that's for sure. So as you can see, I mean, can you tell what this is meant to be? It's like got the tail of a fish wrapped around its back, and like I say, the front part almost looks like I don't know, I'm not sure what it looks like, to be honest. A little bit like a pig crossed with some sort of other creature. I don't know, but it's got a human face coming out the inside of it, as you can hopefully see there. I don't know, it's kind of weird, but then again, we live in a strange world, don't we? So nothing should surprise me these days. I don't know how long this thing's been here, but it's on like a plinth, this square base that it's on. It must mean something, because why the hell would you put something like this here? It's kind of if I was in charge, I certainly wouldn't have allowed this to be placed here, you know. It's like, I don't know, it's like weird though. Do you not think it's got like hooves? Look at this, hooves, like some sort of weird, like I say, monster type creature's head and the tail of a fish. Some might say, oh well, it's just some sort of sculpture by a local artist maybe, but I don't know, what the hell was he thinking? Is he on acid or something? Is he I mean, what the hell? It doesn't even say where it is. There's no plaque, there's no nothing. It's just left there for you to wonder what the hell it is and why is it here, you know. Bizarre, what? And by the way, the time right now is 8:25 in the evening. It's been quite warm and hot today. We've had a run of about 4 or 5 days or more of extreme heat, but it started to rain a little bit earlier when I was out down here at the beach, and before I got to the beach I was in the park here earlier as well. I've been here bloody hours, actually, over 3 hours or so. No, I've been here longer than that actually, it's probably like 4 hours. Now I was sitting down at the beach earlier on the wall. I must have been there for about between 40 minutes to an hour or more, just sitting down, you know, having a rest, because I was having a lot of pain in my back and stuff, and I was listening to some protection prayers on my headphones here, as I often have to do. And when I was sitting there, this girl approached us and asked us how long I've been sitting there, and I don't know what the hell is going on over there, but there's lots of screaming and shouting. God, hey, it's getting crazy around here. Anyway, I was sitting on the wall, a girl came up with us running down the sand dunes, and she says, how long you been sitting here for? I says, I'm not sure, a while. She says, how long exactly? I says, I don't know, maybe 40-45 minutes. And she goes, are you enjoying the view? I says, yeah, that's alright, yeah. Are you enjoying it? I was just puzzled why she was asking us like all these questions, like it didn't seem to have any, like, I don't know, any point to it. I don't know, I couldn't think what she was trying to achieve from it. But and then she says, are you from around here? And she said, no, I'm from, I think she said Gateshead or somewhere. And I says, oh, I live not far from there. And she asked where I was from, and I told her. And she says she used to live there where I'm from, Heaven. So, I mean, she was polite and everything, but I just don't know if it was because she was thinking I was, I don't know. I don't know what she was thinking, but didn't feel like, I don't know. I'm just confused by it, basically. I don't often have women run up to us asking us how long I've been sitting somewhere, you know what I'm saying? Anyway, it is what it is. Right, I don't know if you in the areas, but we're going for a walk down here. We may need the sky in the shot. Could walk along the train lines, couldn't we? Should I walk along the train lines, or is it out of bounds? There's no trains on at the minute. Oh, I think one of the ducks might have got run over. There's a big load of feathers on the ground here. I'll not go that way. I think I'll just go this way instead. Okay, well I've reached the beach again, and I've had to put my headphones back on because I'm going to have to put some more protection sprays on, unfortunately. So I'll do that any minute now. I don't know where it is. Every time I get to the beach, the pain stuff starts getting worse again. It's kind of weird, to say the least. I mean, it doesn't always happen, only when I'm at the beach, of course. But, you know. Anyway, what can you do? Okay, I've just stopped off next to this lifeguard station here. I think I was here last time I was at the beach. Only last time I had my external microphone. This camera doesn't take one, unfortunately. But my other camera that does has developed some other issues, so I can't use that one at the minute. But anyway, when I arrived here, I got off the bus right in next to Keppel Street here in South Shields, and I got off in the new bus station. And believe it or not, the new bus station doesn't have any toilets, which is absolutely ridiculous. Because I seriously needed to go to the toilet and there was none. So I went to ask one of the security guards in the bus station, because there was one standing there. And I went up to him and I says, "Excuse me," and he says, "Hello, Gordon." And I was thinking, what? Am I hearing things? Did he just say hello, Gordon there? At first I was taken aback, you know. I thought, how's he know my name like? And then I looked up at him a bit closer and I thought, oh bloody hell, it's my friend John, who I used to know very well from the paranormal group I used to be in called Twilight Worlds. And I used to sit with him every week when we were in the meetup place, which was in a pub in the marketplace in South Shields. I forgot the name of the pub now. But anyway, I used to sit with him and he used to collect all the money, because he had to pay some money as he come in the door each week when he went to the group, you know. That's how they raised all their funds for the trips out, the paranormal investigation trips out and all that sort of stuff, you know, especially when they went further afield and stuff to pay for petrol and all that. So yeah, I never expected to run into him. So he's now a security guard in the bus station in South Shields. Anyway, back to the toilet scenario. I asked him if he knew where there was some toilets. He says, oh, you can use Greg's toilet in the bus station itself, because there's a Greg's in there. And I went in there and the bloody toilet was locked. So oh no, that's all I need. So I went and asked one of the staff, and he says, oh, I'll open it for you. And then he opened one of them, and somebody else beat us to it and went in first. And there was this old guy. He was on medication and he really needed the toilet, so I let him go in before me after that as well. So I decided to leave because a queue was forming outside the toilet, mainly of old people, and I thought, well, I don't like to be going to the toilet when there's a queue waiting outside the door. So I thought, yeah, I'll just go to McDonald's instead. That was the only other place really I could think of. So yeah, so they could do with putting a toilet in that bus station. I might put some complaints in somewhere. I'll have to do that, I think. I'll think about it. Now, something else that's changed since the last time I was here, or it could be just because it's in the middle of summer, and last time I was here late summer, they've put all these big blue bins across the beach, which is handy. I just wish they'd add some bloody toilets, because I don't know whether there's any toilets around here, and if there is any, they're always shut about 4:30 or something, or 5:30 or 5 o'clock, somewhere around that. It's hopeless. So what are you supposed to do when you need the toilet after 6, or whenever the toilets are shut, you know what I mean? I don't really like to go in pubs, and there's none. Well, I suppose there is some along the beach over there somewhere, right along there. Oh, there's one here actually. What am I talking about? There's one just over there actually. I can't quite read the name from here. New, oh, is it the sundial? I can't read it from here. I haven't got my glasses on. So as usual, I haven't run into David Hasselhoff on this beach yet, but then again, I don't think he ever comes down to this beach. I guess he's a bit you know, he's a bit too highfalutin for that, isn't he? These rich celebrities, they don't really come to South Shields that I know of, although some of them do come to the park over there for the concerts, as I've mentioned before, because I once met Tony Hadley from Spandau Ballet over there. I think I mentioned that before. And Howard Jones has been on performing concerts in that park as well. And who else? Oh yeah, Will Young was there last year, I think. But I didn't get to see him because, well, I just missed it. I got the dates mixed up, and he'd already been on. I thought he wasn't due on yet, you know what I'm saying? So that was unfortunate. I'm having to hold this camera high up because of the exposure. Too much sky behind you and you go sort of like silhouetted, which is not much good really. You can't see yourself properly, you know what I'm saying? So yeah. And who else has been on the park? I think Atomic Kitten's been on there. I forget who else offhand. Let's have a think. I'm not sure, actually. And here's the sign for that lifeguard station I've just been standing next to. Up there, it's the Royal something Lifeguard Institute or something. I don't know what that stands for. The Royal National or Royal Northern Lifeguard Institute. I'm not sure. I'm not 100% sure what it stands for. But I'm not usually here when the lifeguards are actually here. I don't think they dress like the ones on Baywatch though. This is a bit, you know, like downbeat compared to on Baywatch, I think. I'm not sure though, because I haven't seen them. I don't think they run around with them red floater things what they've got on Baywatch, you know. And here's the back of it. There's fans on the wall and warning: anti-vandal paint applied to roof sign there. And another one round here. And I need to sit down now, but there's no seats on the beach. Wouldn't you think they'd put some seats along here? It's the same back where I live at Heaven, the Slagkeep area. There's hardly any seats. Same here, no seats. I don't like to sit on the sand really much. So yeah, the only place to sit is this wall over here. So I guess I'm going to sit here for a couple of minutes or so. Again, I've just been sitting here earlier for about, like, this is the spot I was sitting at, I was telling you about. I was sitting there for about 45 minutes to an hour or so, just down here. But I prefer seats with the back on, because of my back problems, you know. So anyway, I'll sit here for a bit anyway. Another thing, when I finally head back to the bus station, I think Don, who's now the security guy, or one of them at the bus station, he might still be there when I go for my bus, because he said he doesn't knock off till about 12:30 tonight. So he's got to stand there. I first bumped into him around, I don't know, 4:30 or something, and he's got to be there till 12:30, just standing there, you know, in the bus station. God, he's going to be having some sore feet tonight, isn't he? I don't know how often he works down there, but you know, can't be easy doing a job standing there for that length of time, you know what I'm saying? So yeah. Well, the light's starting to go a bit here. I was thinking of maybe trying to stay here until it gets dark. I've got a few snacks with us, just some cereal bars mainly, to keep us going, because I don't fancy getting another takeaway. I got some chips earlier and jumbo sausage down here, and I'm trying to cut down on them things. I had one yesterday as well, but I was going to get some sandwiches, you see, but all the shops were shut to sell sandwiches when I got here. You see, I got here a bit too late, so I had no option but to get some chips or something instead, you know. It's the handiest thing to get, really, you know. I don't like buying curries and takeaways, or care for doing stuff like that. I mean, don't get us wrong, I do eat curries, but usually just like you know, what's it called, ready meals, microwave meal curries, stuff like that. But you wouldn't catch me going to a restaurant to buy a curry or a takeaway. I would never do that. I once did get one from a jar of takeaway because I had no chips left, and the woman says, I've got some curry, do you want that? Yeah, I got some then, but I didn't really fancy getting it again, you know. I had a bad stomach, like, for the next 3 days or something after that. So yeah, I'll stick to the other curries, I think. Yeah. And here is the aforementioned muesli bar. It's a chocolate nut muesli bar. It's got little chocolate chips in it. Whenever you try to take a bite out of it, they kind of fall off, most of them. You manage to eat some of them, but most of them fall on the floor, you know. It's made by Asda, it's nothing special, but it keeps your energy up. That's the main thing, you know what I'm saying? When you're going around with well, I had the chips and the sausage earlier, but got to keep your energy levels up, you know what I'm saying? And the beach today, when I've been here, has been not too busy. There was a few people around, but it wasn't chock-a-block because I got here too late, like. So anyway, so I'm gonna have this now, like I said. So I'm gonna get cracking on this. Okay, now I've just arrived back in the park with the lake in it again, and I was just thinking, because I've just seen something on the seat here. Why is it whenever you go next to a bike rack or somewhere where someone's been locking up their bike, like on a post or a fence or something, or in this case a seat, Why is it there's always these bike locks still there, locked to the seat with no bike attached? I've seen loads. There's some outside of Asda on the bike racks, there's some outside of Aldi on the bike racks in Heaven, and now there's some here, there's one here on this seat here in the park. How does this happen? Can anyone explain it? The only thing I can think of is people go out on the bike, they lock it up, maybe they're really tired or they've had a couple of drinks, which you shouldn't really be doing if you're riding a bike, I wouldn't imagine, and they've unlocked their bike and they've accidentally locked the bike lock back to where they locked it to, and then rode off without the bike lock, basically. That's all I can think of. Other than that, can anybody else explain why there's always bike locks locked to things with no bikes attached all over the place, and they're always there for ages? They just seem to be permanently stuck there, you know. Let us know if you know why that happens, because I haven't got a clue apart from what I just mentioned. So here's what I'm talking about. Look at this. There's a bike lock here, and I think when they last painted the seat, I think they also painted the bike lock, because it seems to be the exact same colour as the seat, this part of the seat. So why does this keep happening? Does anyone know? Bike locks just left locked to things without bikes attached to them. I mean, usually you do take your lock back home with you, you know, when you finished unlocking the bike. This one looks like it's been here a while because it started to rust and stuff. It's probably going to fall to bits. Maybe, I don't know. And these are good locks as well. These are quite expensive, these things. At least £10 or more, these things. They're good sturdy ones, you know. But here it is, locked to a bench here in the park at South Shields next to this lake here. The light's seriously starting to go now. I'm using manual exposure to try and make it look a bit brighter. I think I've made it too bright, actually. It's probably like overexposed for shots of the lake here. So I'm going to wait till it's dark, and then I'll probably come back to you and I'll use the night vision so you can actually see us in the dark, and maybe some other stuff as well, being seen in the dark, that is. Actually, I've just switched back to the auto exposure settings now. It actually looks a bit better on auto than it did on the manual setting that I picked on the exposure. And I'm sure this water in the lake looks a lot more greeny coloured than the last time I was here. I wonder if they've put some dye or something in the water or something, or they've coloured the bottom of the lake, I don't know. It definitely looks different. It looks pretty good at this colour, actually. But you could see the colour better when it was a bit lighter earlier, like. I should have videoed it then, actually. But anyway, here's what it looks like now. Right, I've been sitting on this same seat since the last time you've seen us, I think, on here. It's now pretty much dark. Not totally dark, but it's pretty dark. So I've had to switch to night vision, like I said I was going to do. I can't stay here too much longer, though. I'm sitting in the same park, obviously. And I don't know what time my last bus home is. So I'm going to have to get back soon, because I don't want to miss the last bus. And if I do miss the last bus, the only option left is to fork out for a taxi, which I don't really want to do, to be honest with you. I'd rather save me money, you know what I'm saying? But if it comes to that, well, it comes to that, and I'll have to get the taxi. And plus I need something to eat, because I've only got these cereal bar things with us, like I said earlier. So I don't want to starve to death while I'm down here, you know. But I'm going to have to find a toilet, because there's none anywhere around here. So there's not a proper toilet anywhere in the park to my knowledge. I don't know where it is with South Tyneside and toilets, but they seem to have made a decision at some board meetings at some point that you know, people don't really need to go to the toilet anymore. We'll just get rid of all the public toilets in parks and stuff and bus stations, and you know, they can just run around panicking while they're practically pissing themselves. You know what I'm saying? It's ridiculous, though. It is. You get a long bus ride and stuff, and you need the toilet, or you've been out drinking, eating and stuff, and there's no toilet. So the only option left is to jump into these. If you can see these behind us, that's the bushes. This place is like a forest, actually. I'm going to head in there in a minute, because that's the only toilet in this park. Actually, I bumped into some lads in this very same park earlier, actually. And the cord is coming out of the bushes. I was looking for somewhere to go to the toilet, but I didn't go to the toilet because I stung my hand on some stinging nettles in there. And so I come out, and they said something, and I goes, pardon? Oh, sorry. And he says, I didn't say anything. But one of them did say something. I think he said, "You alright, mate," or something, but I didn't catch it properly. I thought he was talking to me, and one of them said he wasn't, but I'm sure the other one was. And so what happened was, I says, "Do you know if there's any toilets around here?" And he says, "Oh, just jump in the bushes." I says, well, I did, but I just ended up in some stinging nettles. So I wanted some proper toilets. It's not safe in these bushes. You have to watch where you're walking, you know. So anyway, with that being said, I'm going to go into this jungle. So let's catch you in a minute. Okay, so I'm now about to head into the jungle. Or should I say, now I'm about to head into the jungle, looking for the greater northern South Shields bear. He hides in here during the evening hours, and he's very timid. He doesn't come out during the day, so we'll have to find him, or try to, amongst this undergrowth in the forest or jungle area here in the park. Yes. Anyway, enough of that. That wasn't a very good David Attenborough impression. He has a better one. Humans are a plague, and they need to be eradicated from this planet. Apparently he said something similar to that in some interview. I think it was in text, it wasn't in verbal or on video to my knowledge. It might have been, but apparently that's what he said. He thinks that humans are a plague to the planet, and we need to be pretty much shrunken down to a smaller amount, you know, so the planet can, you know, survive or something like that. Something like that anyway, don't quote us exactly. I'm just going off memory here. So yeah, oh, it's getting a bit hard to walk through here. I'll tell you that much. Well, I better not spend too long in here. I don't want to run into Kevin Spacey if you catch me drift. So, oh shit, I'm falling over here. Well, that's lack of food for you. I've been having a lot of trouble with me, as I was saying, I've been having a lot of trouble with me vertigo during these hot summer days, because, I don't know, vertigo, hay fever seems to affect me vertigo, me balance and stuff. So I don't think it's just lack of food at the minute. But I'm going to end this video here in the forest here. This is the only toilet in the park. There's lots of toilets in the park, in the trees of course, but not proper toilets. I don't think there's any proper toilets, like I said before. Anyway, so I hope you've enjoyed some of this video here today and tonight. And if you did, could you please give us a little like, if you wouldn't mind? I'd really appreciate it. And don't forget to subscribe if you would like to see some more videos from me in the future. And with that being said, I'm going to leave you now, and I'm going to go to the toilet, and then I'm going to go for my bus, I think. I might run into John on the way. I might try and get some footage of him if he'll let us, but I doubt it, but we'll see. So I'll catch you all next time, so bye for now. Ta-ra now. See you later.